So on this furnace right here, we're gonna turn off our power again. We're gonna open up our furnace. So when we do our check, besides the filter in the unit, there's some dust here. This can all be vacuumed out, and it should be vacuumed out. But you have to be very careful when you start putting your vacuum down here. We have what's called a hot surface igniter that's underneath here, and that's very brittle and it could crack off. So you have to be real careful when you are vacuuming out the particles in here. Just lightly go over it and just pick up the loose dirt. Now we'll talk about the sequence of operation. So when this is going into heating mode, we have a couple different things here. We have an induced draft blower motor right here. We have our gas valve here. We have a pressure switch, and we have our hot surface igniter here. And then you have a flame rollout safety switch over here. And back here we have a high limit switch. So on the sequence of operation, when you first start it, the unit should turn on our induced draft blower motor when we're calling for heat. So I'm going to turn this switch on. We can keep this open because our switch is closed here where our blower motor is. Again, there's a switch here. When you open this up like this switch opens up and there's no power now, so nothing can work. We also have a control board here, and there's a light on here that gives you a couple flashes. So normally the unit will be in standby mode and the light does not flash. Then when it calls for it, it either has a steady flash or some type of indicator that it is calling for heat. If there's a problem, you can have 2, 3, 4 different kinds of flashes. There'll be quick flashes, and on this board it'll tell you what it is. So it helps you problem solve, because it might tell you, oh, your pressure switch is open, it never closed, or your hot surface igniter never lit, or your flame rollout switch here is off. So it helps you, it points you in the right direction, but sometimes you still have to figure out what the problem is, but these do help you, so it is a good guide. So we're going to put this back on. Now our switch is made. We're going to turn on our main power here, and we're going to see if there's a call for heat right now. So now you can hear the induced draft blower motor starting right now. So that's the first thing for a call of heat. Once the induced draft blower starts, our pressure switch should make. If the pressure switch makes, then it'll tell our hot surface igniter here, which is glowing, and we just lit up the flame. So that is the sequence of operation. Now once the flame is on, our heat exchanger has to warm up to about anywhere from 120 to 140 degrees, and it'll turn on our blower motor. The reason for the delay is we don't want to push cold air through our ductwork, so we wait for this to warm up. Once it's warm enough, then our main fan will turn on and it'll blow warm air out to the building. Once the unit is satisfied and our temperature is where we need it to be, the blower motor will stay running, but our flame will turn off once it's satisfied, and then our blower motor will stay running until we lower the temperature in our heat exchanger to roughly 90 degrees. This way it's still warm air blowing out. Once we reach 90, then the blower motor turns off, and we have no air moving through our ductwork